talk about standing up to cancer here on Breakfast Television. Big initiative here, not only for Rogers, but for all stations and networks across Canada. This is a North America-wide initiative that's happening tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, across the board. Stand Up to Cancer. We're proud to have Dr. Paul Sorensen here. Pediatric Dream Team. We're going to get into exactly what you do, but I want to welcome Dawn as well, Dawn Conance, who is a prostate cancer survivor, and your story is incredible, and how you persevered through what can be a shocking thing to happen to anyone, to any family. And the stats are amazing. Doctor, let's start with you. 2 in 5 Canadians will get a cancer diagnosis in their life.
Right. I mean, that basically means that if you go into a room, virtually everyone has been touched by this disease. So that tells you that we need to know more about it. It's a very complicated disease, and all the different research that's going on in the world has to connect with each other to really make inroads into this disease. It's not a simple matter of answering the question easily, because there's so much going on in this disease, which we probably don't have time to touch on here.
We do not have time to touch on all of it, but you are specifically in the pediatric side of this.
So I, long time ago, got interested in pediatric cancer. Most people in the community don't realize that cancer is the first or second leading cause of death in kids, depending on the age. And most folks would never think of childhood cancer as being a big problem. And of course, there's no index of suspicion if your child has isn't acting or the way they usually do, or if they're not performing well at school. But it's all about going in to see the doctor and having the doctors also be aware that this is a possibility. So, you know, childhood cancer, as I said, is a leading cause of death in that population, and so we need to know more about that, just like we do in other adult diseases. And
Stand Up to Cancer brings scientists together for this dream team, and that's the goal for you in this. We've got to talk to Dawn. Prostate cancer diagnosis at 48.
Yeah,
not expecting that.
Prostate cancer is typically a disease that advances with age. It tends to hit older men. And I've always thought of prostate cancer as a disease that you died with, not of. And it was quite a shock to me to get a diagnosis in my 40s of prostate cancer, and aggressive and metastatic prostate cancer at that. So it was a devastating experience.
And the physicians, when you did have to go through surgery and radiation, and you're going through the radiation, they said, you got to stop, walk, and climb, and don't just stay still. And what did you do?
Well, they just said that it's a very, very difficult time. I underwent 8 weeks of radiation in the fall, and it was a very difficult time. There's nothing, I don't think, more foreign than you can introduce to a living organism than radiation. So I just wanted to go and walk in the North Shore trees and breathe the air, and I ended up climbing the grouse grind that first day, and it felt so good that I just kept doing it. I went slower and slower, but I got up there, and my doctor said, I don't think you're going to be able to get up and do that, because it's. I actually told my wife, tell him he's not going to be able to do that, and that just made me redouble my efforts. And don't
tell Dawn what not to do.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So
your story is going to be reiterated. You're going to LA for Stand Up to Cancer, are you not?
So Stand Up to Cancer is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. It's on, as you mentioned, this network and many others across North America. We've got just an incredible array of stars and performers. The Who's going to be playing. Gwyneth Paltrow and Katie Couric are the co-chairs. We're trying to raise $80 million for the cause, and to fund people like Dr. Sorensen, who do the good work of looking down the microscopes and advancing our understanding of this menace.
Bring the dream team together. Some of the money from Stand Up to Cancer will be coming directly to Vancouver, which must be noted. This is a North America-wide initiative, but it does have a local spin to it as well. Right here, you can make a difference. Tune in here on City, 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. Stand Up to Cancer. Get the T-shirt, do something to support it, make the phone call. If you got $1 to give $1 to this. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe.